Live. Okay, we got one person in here. Let me know if audio is good, visuals are good. Of course, it's good. Look at me. Come on now. Guys, it has been a minute since your boy has posted a video. I know I've been promising you guys content for quite some time, but I'm going to give it a minute. Give it a couple seconds, see if we get a few more people in here. I know this is kind of an odd time. December 23rd, guys, this year is flying. Can you believe that? We're almost in January. Oh, man, as I smack my tripod there. But for the one person in here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's video, we're going to be talking about a lot of hot topics. What's up with the Cobra? Did I sell it? Maybe. Parting out the 4.0, that's a very, very common thing that's been going through my head, and I might have started posting some parts. We'll see about that. And then kind of what the future holds for the channel, what my upload schedule, God, oh my Lord, what my upload schedule is going to look like for the rest of the winter, because as you guys know, winter sucks, especially here in the Midwest. It is not super likely for me to be filming a lot of car content, so your boy's gonna have to pivot here. So welcome, guys. I see we have a few more people chiming in, jumping in here. Yo, guys, any questions you have, open it up. Let them rip, doesn't matter what it is. Make fun of me, talk about my big forehead, ask me about my cars, I don't care. Let them rip, I wanna interact with you guys. So, where have I been? I know I filmed a video. Oh, here we go. Alexis, what's up, my friend? How much did you spend total on the 4.0? I do have a video on that one. I wanna say, now don't quote me, you have to go back and find that video, but it's in the realm of 8,000. Like, it's a lot of money, just the front end alone. Now, I gotta give a disclaimer. The front end, a lot of that was covered under insurance because I was in an accident. So I didn't necessarily pay that out of pocket, but the cost to take apart the front end, order all the new parts, paint it, install it, that was in the ballpark of like 50 to 100 bucks. It was a lot of money. Granted, some of the parts were OEM, so that coming from Ford is gonna be way more expensive than aftermarket stuff. But you know, just the Cervini's 4-inch cowl hood alone, that was I think like almost $900 unpainted, and then with prep, paint, yeah, that hood was probably like $1,400 by the time it was all done. So that was crazy. But to me, it was worth every penny, and I'm still dailying that thing, guys. Like today here in the Midwest, so it is right now. I don't know. I think it's like -7. When I drove to work this morning, guys, it was -38 with the wind chill. In the 4.0, it started up, and not in the garage, outside. And I got all the way to work. The thing is a trooper. I love that car. That thing is a beast. Some of my friends' cars didn't even start. Like their regular, like sedans didn't start. And your boy in the Stang, the 4.0, trusty old 4.0 got to work. Okay, we got people rolling in. What is up, fam? Yo, let me know where you guys are coming from, because I kind of posted all over social media. So we got to see where some of the homies are coming from. But to the people in here, yo, run up those questions. Anything you guys have, send it my way. Gonna be completely transparent. I want to start doing these more often because, you know, your boy's been slacking on the videos. Reason why, let me get into that. So why haven't I not been posting? I see so many comments. Oh my God, he quit. He's not doing it. He's done. He's over. He gave up. No, I promise I did not give up. I just been grinding, guys. I work like pretty much 6:30 to 4:30 or 6:30 to 5 every single day. So I get to work when it's dark out and I leave when it's dark out. What's up, my Ilya, my brother from another mother? How you doing, my friend? I hope you are doing well. Haven't seen you like what, 2 months now? Month? I miss you too, brother. Miss you too. We got to hang out soon. But yeah, so back to why I haven't been posting. Your boy's been working like 10, 11-hour days every single day, stacking that cash, you know, chasing the bag, getting the bread, whatever you want to call it. That is what your boy is doing. So that is why I have not been posting, because in the winter it kind of sucks. There's really not much good content to make. So right now I'm just stacking my money, getting ready for spring, summer. The car market, the used car market is tanking. So that is good for your boy. So that's why I know you guys probably miss me, you know, maybe not, but you know, you're here, you miss me. So I got to come out with new content. I know. I said I was going to drop a video this week, and I had one filmed of me driving yesterday in like the blizzard, and that was cool, but I just felt like it really wasn't that good of a video. So I kind of just chalked it, and that's why I wanted to do these live streams. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe we do this on like a weekly basis. I think this would be cool, because that way I can interact with you guys. I feel like that's kind of cooler than maybe doing some of the videos, because I beat up these videos. I use the same videos, like the same context over and over and over. So this way it's kind of not really scripted. Like I'm just gonna go off whatever you guys want to roll with. Let me check the chat, make sure. So if you guys see me leaning in, don't look too hard. Boom, boom. Let's see what we got going on here. Live chat, here we go. All right, we're good. So since we got a few people here, let's get, oh my gosh, I'm clicking too many buttons. So let's get into it, right? 4.0, or you know, let's get into the Cobra because you guys have not seen the Cobra in a grip. That car, she gone. She is a gone. No, I'm just playing. I can't get rid of her. No, she's just sitting in the garage. But I think here's my game plan. Now, hear me out. I know this is gonna probably, you know, annoy some of the people watching the replay here, especially all my Cobra subscribers. I think there's a handful of you all here. That car is gonna get either a 400 or a 4R70. I've made up my mind. I'm ditching the manual trans. I know all the Cobra peers are gonna freak out. Oh my gosh, you going to do it automatic? I know. I need to throw an auto in that car. I will drive it so much more. I'll enjoy it more. And then I'll probably want to do some sort of like, maybe not racing content, but I know I don't have a lot of content on the channel of even driving that thing. So it is getting a 4R70 or a Turbo 400. And we're going to start ripping on that thing. You know, it's crazy. I've owned that car now for a little over 2 years and I've driven it less than 15 times. Like, that is sad. So yeah, that car, we're gonna look into getting a built trans. That's another reason why I've been kind of pushing off the new car, is because why get a new car when I have a pretty badass Cobra that a lot of people love, and there's a lot of good content out there, and I feel like I can make even better content. So I just gotta push that one hard. So I'm gonna start pricing out those transmissions. I do have a 4R70 right now that's in the garage, but I don't know. I'd have to send that out, get it all. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of things with transmissions. I don't know too much about them, but I'd have to find a reputable shop to build that and then install it. So that's probably going to be, if I had to guess, a $5,000 to $6,000 bill. So that's another reason your boy is working his butt off and not posting right now, because we are stacking the bread so we can do that. Now, onto the 4.0. Now, that's probably what most of y'all are here for, the good old 4.0. That car still going, still good. It's just, I don't really want to put more money into it. I know that's going to probably annoy some of you guys. I know. I had all these big plans for it. But I think that car, as it sits, it makes sense to keep it that way, right? Right now, it's super reliable, hence being able to drive it in negative 38-degree wind chill weather with snow, ice, and it made it home. So I don't really want to take that car too far from what it is. I might do a few more little aesthetic things here and there, but in terms of like power, I'm not going to do any mods to that. I think how I see that car going down. So hear me out. This is a big picture here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put an auto in the Cobra, right? That's gonna give me the ability to drive that car a lot more frequently, and I could pretty much daily that spring through fall. Now that would be sweet, dailying a Cobra. It's gonna be expensive because those cars break and parts are ridiculous. Plus that thing sucks on gas, but you're not buying an 03, 04 Cobra for gas mileage. But imagine if I'm able to drive that, stack more cash, because I'm going to get a Surron. We're going to get into that in a second. But then imagine doing like a Coyote swap. Now, I know if you guys watch my channel, you've probably heard of like Jonathan Harder, right? What he did to his car was like literally what I wanted to do to mine. That Cherokee, or however you pronounce it, that wide body kit, I think is just so good on the S197. I'm not going to go that far yet, but that is like a way down the road when I'm doing YouTube full time and your boy has a ton of cheddar, you know, then we're going to go down that route because that kit's like $5,000. But how sick would it be to Coyote swap that car? Instead of buying a Coyote, I think it's a possibility because that's my first car I ever bought. So I think maybe putting a Coyote in that car makes a little bit more sense because I could daily the Cobra and then have a Coyote swapped S197. But I love the 1314 body style. Oh God, that's like my dream car besides the Cobra. So part of me is like, okay, I could have 4.0 Cobra and 1314 Mustang GT. But then I'm like, oh my God, then I'm never going to drive the Cobra. Because so that is the dilemma, guys. I think it'd be good for content to have a 1314 because you guys could really see me build a car from, you know, start to finish. But at the same time, then I'm going to be neglecting at least one or two cars. So yeah, not entirely sure if we're going to go down that route. But guys, run up some questions. Come on, man. Chat is dry. Do not be shy. I do not bite unless you bother me. No, just kidding. By the way, how you guys like the Jeffrey Dahmers? Yeah, you boy? Ooh. No, just kidding. I don't know. For videos, I feel like I have to wear glasses. But that is what is new, guys. Just been grinding, man. Stacking the money. Yeah, so let's see. By the way, shout out all my boys. I know we probably have a few guys in here from the team. Now let's talk about other content I can do, right? So yes, I think I'm gonna do this probably weekly. Let me know. Now, if you guys are watching this on the replay, yo, drop some comments down below. Would love to see if you guys want me to start doing these on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. I think that'd be super sick. And then we could do polls. So I'll do like every week, you guys pick the topic. And I'm not gonna make these super dragged out. These I'm gonna probably keep anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. Now, as the channel grows, which, okay, we got to pause real quick and touch on that. Yo, we just hit 1,600 subscribers, which is nuts, guys. Pretty much I stopped making videos when we were in like the 1,400s, and then it's just been climbing every day. Like, that's so cool to me. The fact that some of those videos are still getting so much traction that my channel is growing without me posting. So that is like super rad. So if there's anyone new here, yo, thank you for joining. I'm sorry you kind of subscribed and I've been MIA, but I am going to be coming back a little bit until pretty much, if I had to guess, around March/April is when the content's really going to start coming back to a 2 to 3 times a week basis. Now, with that said, how am I going to start doing more videos if I'm not really doing a ton? Because the Cobra's going to be down for a little bit. That one's probably looking like more of a summer project. I have to do more research. So if anyone watching this is in kind of like the Chicagoland area and knows a good trans builder, you know, send me their info, drop their name down in the comments below, because I want to get in touch. I would like to get that project rolling a little bit sooner than later. I could probably go get the trans built and then kind of hold on to it until springtime so I can actually start on that a little bit sooner. I don't know, something to think about. But what am I really going to start doing come, you know, March, April is going to be just the electric bike content. So you guys can't see, but right out of frame, I have my Super 73 here. That is just the funnest thing in the world to me. So I'm going to get a GoPro and I just want to do some kind of like moto vlog style stuff. For me, I don't know, I just love doing the interactive stuff and just writing and talking. It doesn't always have to be car based. Now, granted, yes, 99% of you that are here for my cars. So of course that's going to still be the main staple, but I think it'd be super cool to throw in a video a week of just riding the bike and talking and telling you guys about future plans or what's going on, just things of that nature. Something I would absolutely love to do, but I don't know if this is the right channel to do it. Would be to kind of incorporate more of my life and like what goes on here and there, like with my family and whatnot. But I've already kind of built this around cars, so it might be kind of weird to like switch that up. So I think we're gonna keep this one here. I might do a secondary channel that'll be really good maybe in the summer or like the winter months, because I do gaming is so much fun. But you guys love the car, so we got to keep it car oriented. But we are getting close to that 15-minute mark. I know I could have probably just made this a video, but I like the live stream format because I feel like I get to interact with you guys, you know, really actually live. So whenever y'all comment, you are going to be hearing from your boy. And, you know, feel free, anything you guys, if you guys have like a business or like a brand, anything that you own, you know, shout it out, man. I'm all out for that as someone that's a small business owner. Shout out to Eminence. You know, that's really cool. And any, you know, I'm not the biggest platform in the world, but I definitely want to shout you guys out and give you any attention that I can. Especially, you know, maybe this channel blows up one day and these videos get a ton of views and you get some customers, you know, wishful thinking. So, man, guys, it is freezing. I know I've said that probably like 4 times, but your boy is literally freezing. Let's fix this camera here. Oh man, I gotta get the cobwebs off me, man. It's been a fat minute since I've done a live stream, let alone a video. You guys should have heard me yesterday when I was filming my Blizzard video. I was shaking. It was not good. Oh man. Let's see here. Let's check the comments, make sure I didn't miss any. Because you guys know when your boy gets rambling, he's going, here we go. Mr. Jet, all right. What are some good apps to take pictures with your phone, with your car? So if I'm not mistaken, I think you could download Adobe Lightroom for free through the App Store. You just have to, I think, create like an Adobe account, which is like totally free. Use that, man. You might have to pay a subscription. I'm not sure. Like I know for my computer with Lightroom and Photoshop, it's like $10 a month for their photography creative bundle. To me, it's totally worth the $10. It's amazing some of the content you create with a phone. Now, I know some of the absolute purists on Instagram are going to tell you can't take cool photos with your phones. You absolutely can. Will it totally replace your camera body? Probably not. But I've taken some really cool photos, and I actually did a poll last year when I compared my iPhone photo with a CPL to my camera, and more people got it wrong than they did right. And there was over like 500 votes. So don't let that ever stop you. Your camera, or your phone with the camera you have is going to be the perfect combo. You can achieve any results. But definitely look up, I'm going to do a video on like a little CPL trick, because you could use a CPL like from your current lens on your iPhone, just twist it in front of it, and it kind of looks almost just like you're using a camera, which is pretty dope. But yeah, man, I miss shooting, guys. I know we probably have a few people still on the channel that are here from some of my automotive photography videos. I could probably do a few more tutorials. You know, there's a lot of good content that I've learned over the years. And I try to always share my knowledge. I'm not one of those gatekeepers. I've never understood that mentality of if you know something, you know, share it. Bet I appreciate it. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, if you have any other questions, man, in terms of like photography, send it my way, dude. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, it's Top Quality Photography. Shoot me a DM. I'm not on IG all that much anymore ever since it switched over to the short form content, which kind of stinks, man. As someone that built their platform over, probably 4 years doing automotive photography, reached 10K organically, and then they switched over to this little, like the TikTok style stuff. It just killed it for me. So I haven't really been posting, haven't really been pursuing shoots. Now that, with my current job, I'm making pretty steady, good money. It's really hard to take hours out of my day to go do a $100 photo shoot. So I miss it, man. And I want to see other people thrive through it. Seeing other, upcoming automotive photographers, it's super cool to me. There's a lot of talented guys out there, and especially with technology the way it is, man, it's like totally accessible for anyone. You don't have to have a big budget to get into it. So yeah, guys, we are getting close to that time. If we don't start seeing a few more comments, your boy's gonna chalk her for the night. And then, guys, holy cow, yeah, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate, Happy Holidays, whatever you're in. If you're, whatever, Happy Holidays to y'all. I will not be uploading probably until maybe next week. I don't want to promise anything to you guys because, quite frankly, I do not know when I'll be posting next. I'm trying to think if I have anything cool coming up. I don't think so. I might try to recreate that video I made yesterday driving. That's going to be kind of talking about tips for if you drive a Mustang year-round, things that you should have with you, things to expect, different little driving maneuvers that'll save you from going into a ditch or a crowd. So yeah, that might be a good one. I think with this time of year, it probably makes sense to drop that video. So maybe expect that one early to mid next week, but it is kind of the end of the year. So at my job, little impact. Okay, here we go. What's the next step with the 4.0? Oh, you just missed my spiel, my bro. No, but next up with the 4.0, right now I'm just really enjoying that car as a daily. It's been incredibly reliable. So I think the next step I might look into, I have other wheels for it. I got to go out and get them powder coated. I want to change it up. I love the Forge Stars. I'm going to keep those, but I'm ready for a new look. That car's looked the same now for a couple years, so we're going to change it up. I want to definitely do, oh, sorry guys, just kicked you. I want to do something with the rotor, or not the rotors, I'm sorry, the calipers. I think I'm going to get those painted or powder coated a different color. I want to do a lot of small kind of just cosmetic mods to it. I don't think I'm going to touch it performance-wise for a while. It's just incredibly reliable. I don't want to mess with that. So yeah, a few more aesthetic things. I'm probably going to do the exhaust because I've had that now forever to do the dual exhaust. I keep putting it off. I know, I'm the worst person. I've been talking about that, I swear to God, for like a year. So I think we're gonna probably do that. Sorry if you guys see me, I look like a turtle. I keep looking in because I'm trying to read the chat. So yeah, probably exhaust, but a lot of small cosmetic stuff. I wanna start making that car kind of stand out a little bit more, even though once you put on a 4-inch cowl hood, I don't know how much more you can stick out. I need to redo the tint. I got out of the car, it was a couple months ago, and my zipper, like the zipper on my jacket, just totally just like, not ripped, but just not destroyed. I don't know what you call it. But it like perforated the tint and it drives me crazy. And I think I'm gonna go darker in that car, especially in the summers, man. Black car with black leather seats. Good Lord, man. I am a sweaty mess in that car. So we gotta do some tints, but I'm excited for the wheels, man. I've always had black wheels on that car. I've had the downforce concave wheels. I've had the Forge Stars. I had plastic dip wheels. The cowl hood is, dude, I love the cowl hood. That gets hate from some people, but it's one of those where it's just so dang mean. Like that car, like whenever I park it, right? So I look at the car all the time and I'm kind of used to it, but there's certain scenarios where I'll go park like next to a regular, like just a base model or a bone stock, I should say, 4.0. And I'm like, dang, that hood is aggressive. Now, another super cool thing about winter and having the cowl hood, at least with the Cervini cowl hood, it has little like holes or vents on the back side of it. So that's where like the air comes out or the heat comes out. So in the winter, it is like having an extra defroster. So that's pretty cool. Also, another cool thing about the 4-inch, because it is so aggressive, the snow actually slides off. What do you think of, I'm assuming my BBK. Oh, there we go. BBK, so I have an off-road X-Pipe on my Cobra by BBK. BBK is one of those brands where it kind of has an interesting reputation. Now, I don't own that, so my opinion doesn't really matter. I would say it's okay. Now, the one thing to look into when it comes to that intake, you have to make sure, is it either one that can run on the factory tune, or do you need to get a custom tune for it? Because I know some of them you could just like swap out the existing one and you're totally good. But if you have to retune it, If you have to get a handheld tuner, now you're looking at like $500 for like an STC or SCT or whatever tuning device you need. And then the intake, which I'm guessing is probably in the $300 ballpark range, plus a tune is probably going to be $200-300-ish. So you're about to be $1,000 in on the 4.0 for an intake, which quite frankly, from what I've seen online, you know, kind of like an exhaust tune exhaust intake and tune on a 4.0, you're gaining like maybe 20 horsepower, maybe. If that's worth it to you, man, by all means, send it. If I were to ever go down the power route on the 4.0, I would definitely be looking at boost. To me, I'd rather save the money. There's so many used kits that go around. Look into, they have like the M90 with the, I think it's called the mod box. And it pretty much, it's like the Cobra where it mounts on. It's a Eaton style or a root style blower. I think that would actually be pretty snappy on the 4.0 because the 4.0s already have really good torque. So I think if you threw on like a positive displacement blower, that would be sick. Otherwise, of course, like Vortec, that's probably the most common ones I've seen for the kits on the 4.0s. And those, you could still make some good power, man. There's people making like high 3s, low 4s. Granted, I think at that point, you're pushing the limits on the internals on the 4.0. Now, there's a few people that are subscribed to the channel that have boosted 4.0, so that'd be super neat for them to like chime in on the comments and kind of give some insight on that. What do you think of the S650? Okay, that's a great question. So I've been seeing those pop up a lot, like the Dark Horse. At first, I didn't like it because I think the cars are getting a little too like futuristic-y, if that makes any sense. Like they're not really looking necessarily, and aggressive is not the right term, but they're getting just too far past like a modern look. And now that I've been watching it more and more, I'm really digging it. I think it's one of those cars, like when the S550 first came out, I did not like the pictures. I was like, it's a Fusion. Then you see it, and then people start doing simple mods, lowering springs, wheels, you know, spoilers, splitters, and you're like, okay, it just completely transforms the car. I think the S650 is going to look sick in person. I love the wheels, kind of like the Mach 1 style wheels. That car, I think, is going to be a heartbreaker. It's going to be a neck snapper. It's growing on me. But I remember I watched the trailer for it, and I think the EcoBoost. Oh, let's see. You suppose you don't need a tune with the performance. Yeah, so, okay, so if you don't need a tune, then I would definitely say go for it. It's worth a shot. I mean, worst case, if you don't like it, you could always sell it. Cosmetics, see, that's what I did, man. For me, I've never been about being the biggest, baddest dog on the street. I don't care about being the fastest because there's always going to be someone faster than you. And there's a lot of people that have fast cars that will tell you, don't get into it because, cool, let's say, you know, this is the 4L, right? That's probably a high 14-second car. I have the Cobra with my driving is probably a 14-second car, but that car is realistically probably a low 12 car. Like, I just enjoy driving it. I don't need to be going super fast. Yes, having more power is more fun, but to be honest, like 450, 460, like the Cobra makes just a little over 460 wheel, and that car is a blast, and you will get in trouble super quick. So for the people that chase like huge, like if I get a Coyote, that thing's probably staying NA. I don't need to have 800 horsepower. I will absolutely get in trouble and arrested within 10 seconds. So I guess let's wrap that back in. Do the intake, man. It's not a huge expense. You know, I don't know what you do for work or if you're young, whatever it is. Do it, man. I think it'll be cool. But I would definitely say, what mods do you have done so far? That's probably the first question because I always tell people, first thing you should do right out of the box, exhaust, without question. Exhaust will totally just change the whole driving experience because the 4.0, man, that thing is so quiet stock. My God, I swear Teslas are louder. That thing made no noise. I remember I was at a gas station and I got gas, and for some reason, whenever I get gas in my car and I rev it a little bit, it like pops, right? So maybe that's gotta be something like AFRs. But I remember just revving it, and there was this little boop. It was like a little popcorn, you know, in the microwave. And I was like, oh my God, my car pops. I was just ecstatic. And then I got the SLP PowerFlow exhaust, and now that car, anytime, another weird one. So when I go to a car wash and I get the exhaust like cooled off from getting hot, it pops a lot. But yeah, that thing, the SLP PowerFlow, hands down, best exhaust, at least for a single exit exhaust on the 4.0. That thing slaps, dude. I love how that car sounds. And people actually kind of mistake it for a V8. Granted, I think the people that mistake that have never really heard much of a V8. I think they're just looking at the car and with the hood, they're like, holy cow, the thing's got a big supercharger on it. I get so many like 50-year-old guys that come up, hey, what kind of blower you got under there? Was that 305 small block Ford? I'm like, no, buddy, it is a 4.0, and this thing makes less horsepower than your grandma's Corolla. But I love the car. It's fun. It gets me around. We're on a roll. Holy cow, we're getting towards 25 minutes. Jeez, you guys are keeping me going. I'm running out of breath. I need water. Your boy's got a dry throat. Oh, I'm gonna get clipped on that one. I'm not a big enough channel, but someone would definitely clip that. Stock for now. Okay, so Alexis, exhaust, my friend. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Now, what a lot of people do, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I've seen it, is you can just unbolt your stock muffler. And 4.0 with stock cats and just removing the muffler is actually ignorantly loud, because over the axle pipe, it dumps and then it comes into like a little, I don't know how you describe the shape. It's like a U, and then it goes into the muffler. So if you remove the stock muffler and leave everything else, it is pointed at the ground. So it is like ridiculously loud. There's a kid in high school named Timothy, and he had a black 05 4.0, and he did that to his, and I remember standing behind it. It was stupid loud. So if you want something that's free besides your time, you could just take the muffler off. It's not going to hurt the car by any means, but I would say definitely invest in a good exhaust. Again, my vote is SLP Powerflow exhaust. Sounds phenomenal. I don't know what the price is anymore. I got it a few years, oh gosh, more than a few years ago, probably 8 years ago. I think it was right around like $250. So to me, that was probably the best thing I ever did to that car besides the front end. And it just, like I said, it will completely change the way you drive that car, and it's so fun, especially like 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs. It sounds like a valve opens. It goes from like mild to, I'll say wild for the sake of a 4.0, because the Cobra, that car is wild. Videos do not do it justice. I've had friends come over, and that car is like legit ear piercing. Like, it hurts your soul when you rev it in the garage. I'll hit like 3K RPMs, and it feels like World War III is happening. The thing is nuts. But with the 4.0, really, once you get like 2,600 RPMs with that exhaust, oh God, it just sounds so good. And there's very minimal drone. It is the sweet spot for the 4.0. And that's another reason I'm scared to do the dual exhaust, because I love how that thing sounds. Like, for real, like cold starts, it's deep, it's throaty, it's not loud. Yeah, dude, see, Jeff, right? Jet, sorry, Jet. Yeah, Jet, man, it's cool, it's fun to go fast, but at what point? So, like, for me, guys, I'm 26 going on 27. I'm at an interesting point in life. Yeah, check it out, but it kind of just, yeah, it's a lot of rumble. Yeah, I know what you mean. But like, for me, guys, I'm at a weird spot, like a weird point. So I'm 26 going on 27. I want to start a family soon. I'm married. I got married this year, have my own place. And so, like, I don't know where I was going with that. Your boy's just having a total mental blank. Oh my goodness, Alexis, you throw me off. No, I'm just kidding. What was I saying? Oh, speed, power, right? I don't need to be going fast. The Cobra, by second gear, if I reel out second gear, I'm going close to like 75 miles an hour. I don't need to be topping out third. Top of third's got to be like pretty deep into like the 110s. It's not worth it, man, especially the risk that comes with that. That's another thing that I've learned as I got older. You don't want to take those kind of risks, man. Like, little things, it just takes one deer to run out in front of you or a car to pull out, and you can be in serious danger, and, you know, you could possibly get killed. You know, it's crazy. And I've also, you know, it sounds silly, but like having the bike, I know I keep pointing to it, but you guys can't see it. Like, I almost have busted my ass like 4 times on this thing, and only going like 20 on a bike, and I'm like, holy cow. It just makes you think about little things like that, especially in a car. For me, like I said, guys, 450 to like 500 wheel horsepower in a relatively light car is chef's kiss, perfect. And that's another reason I don't think I really want to change blowers on the Cobra. I mean, I got that car is dialed in. Shout out to Mike Post at Down to an MP. My car is kind of a bastard child. It has a lot of quirks. Like, that car is really strange. But I love it, and we finally got it dialed in. That was a pretty penny. Oh gosh, guys, I spent, you want to talk about money, I spent way too much money. Not too much money, but a lot on that car. To this day, I still think I have the cheapest 0304 Cobra. Clean title, coupe. I'm like 99% sure. I've never seen anyone else get a better deal than what I did on mine. So for those that don't know, I got that car in August of 2020. I only paid $13,500. which is nuts because let's like rewind 6 months ago or a year ago, you couldn't even buy like a 2 valve for 13.5 with 80,000 miles and a clean title. So your boy got a steal, and I almost sold the car. Like, no joke, guys. There was about 3 times I had just about posted the car for sale, and it would have gone because I was going to sell that car for like 18. Even though that car is not 100% original, someone would have scooped that thing instantly, but I'm super glad I kept on to it. I love that car. That thing's sick. But yeah, now we're throwing in the big boy trans, and we're going to have fun with that thing. And I think I could finally beat on it because having the trans I have in the car right now, I got my clean title for there. Holy moly. That's a good deal, dude. What, how many miles do you have in here? That has to be a high mileage car. But dude, the 4.0s last forever, man. I like shout out to Ford. Even though the 4.0 is not exactly the like platform I'd go for in terms of performance, that thing is bulletproof. I think the only thing you really have to worry about mechanically is the timing chain guides. I think someone commented a long time ago on one of my posts, and they said they're plastic or something. I don't know if that's true, but it's the thermostat housing that I believe is plastic, and over time, a lot of people say right around the 80K mark is when that'll go, and you can replace it with like a metal one or something like that. So I have to start kind of getting ready for that because my car is at 56,000 miles, which really for an 05 is not bad. Hey, I'm in the Chicago area. I have a 4.0 Legend line, but I want to upgrade the exhaust. We recommend. Okay, G Smith, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, you know what? So I was gonna do that. So I know I probably have a few other people here from Chicago, or at least in the Chicagoland area. I want to do a meet next year. I'm for sure doing it. I don't know where, but I'm gonna keep it local. But I think I'm gonna bring out all the cars. So I'm gonna bring out the truck, the bikes, Cobra, the 4.0, everything. And it'd be so sick to do like a little meet and greet. Probably as the channel gets a little bit bigger, so that way it's not totally burnt out. But exhaust wise, if you haven't already looked at my channel, I have the SLP PowerFlow exhaust, and that is my favorite exhaust hands down. It sounds so good on the 4.0. It's a direct bolt-on. It's cheap, and it sounds phenomenal. It pops, it bangs, and it is cost effective. So without a doubt, dude, definitely do that. Other mods I would recommend, lowering springs. I currently have the SR Performance lowering springs. They are good. They're very cost effective. They ride great. It will remove the front end, I forgot what they call it, like the nosedive. So you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. Also, like the driving experience, it's much more firm. You don't really have a lot of the body roll. And then wheels and tires, for sure. Like wheels and tires completely change the ride. So those are my top 3. SLP PowerFlow exhaust, lowering springs, whatever brand you can get. If you want to go super low, the Eibach Sport lines, which I also have in the trunk. I've had those for like 2 years. Have not put them on. And then wheels and tires. Oh, I missed one. Alexis, hang on. I got you, buddy. Don't worry. Let me find it. 167K right now. Needs a paint job badly. It was in the sun. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing that stinks. Like, eventually I'm going to move down south, and I know that's going to be one of those things I have to worry about. Like my 4.0. So because I had the front end replaced and repainted, like my cowl hood and my front bumper is a darker black than the rest of the car because the previous owner, that car sat out and it sat for years outside. So even though the car is like ebony black, which is like black, no flake, no pearl, it is like almost gray in the sun. It's kind of weird. I'll have to film a video. It might even be noticeable in some of my videos. But hey, dude, awesome for you that yours is still kicking at 167. I've heard people get upwards of like 300,000 miles on a stock 4.0, which is crazy. Now, is yours a 5-speed manual, or do you have the auto, which is like the 5R55? I'm curious on that one because my trans is clunky, dude. That's probably my biggest fear right now on the 4.0s because I do not want to spend a ton of money on the trans. These trans are, from what I've read online, they're kind of plagued. Like, they're known to go bad. Like, for me, it's like 2nd to 3rd gear, man. When the trans is cold, that thing will, like, just, woof. Like, it'll rev hard from 2nd to 3rd. Like, it's just the clutch is slipping and then it catches. But once the car warms up, yours an auto. Okay, so I wonder if you experience anything that I'm kind of talking about here. It'll free rev, and then once it gets warm, it's totally cool. But the other thing that's been kind of annoying lately is if let's say I go do like a 15-minute drive, I get to work, and I put it in reverse, it's like the converter doesn't do anything, and then bam, it engages, and you like jolt back. So I'm afraid, I don't know if it's a solenoid, I don't know what it is, or synchros, but I think my trans is not the happiest thing in the world. And so your boy, like, I'm not gonna manual swap it. I don't care to do that. I don't know if anyone's ever done a 6R80 in a 4.0. I don't even know how that would work. It's just more of an excuse for me just to do a Coyote with a 6R80 swap. But that is money. I talked to a guy and he's saying that's like 10K. I'm like, whew. especially when the car costs. Like my car right now, if I were to sell it, is probably like a $7,000 car. That's an interesting thing. I would love to know in the comments if you guys have made it this far. First of all, you are an absolute G. I know we've been kind of maintaining the same viewer count, so we've had a few people in here for a hot minute, so I appreciate you guys. You are the bomb. But if you're watching this on the replay, because I'm going to publish all these videos, let me know in the comments, what do you think my car's worth? So it's not, so is it clean title? No, I guess it's technically rebuilt title because it wasn't an accident. 56,000 original miles. I wonder what, I think it's worth like 7. To me, I think it's a steady, the firm 7,000. But I see some of these guys with 4.0s, man. I'm in like all the 4.0 groups on Facebook, and some of these guys think these things are worth like 10, 11. I saw one for $12,000 at 38,000 miles. I'm like, bro, someone has to be out of their mind. For me, when it's longer Florida, it would hesitate and clunk by a spot. Interesting. Fuel pressure sensor. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, because, man, sometimes when it's that clunky, like I know for my car, if I'm in a situation like yours, or if I'm in like a higher gear, right? Let's say I'm in 4th gear going like 45 and I mash the pedal. Dude, it is like next year when that thing decides to downshift and go. It is bad, but it's also an 05. I mean, that's another thing that is just like astounding to me. The fact that our cars are about to be like 20 years old. Isn't that an antique or is that a classic? I think at 20 years, it's considered a classic car. Like, that is kind of crazy. God, my Cobra next year will be technically a classic car, which is sick because for insurance, you get a specialty kind of plan on that. Believe it or not, here's another kind of crazy fact. My Cobra, it costs less to insure my Cobra than it does my 4.0, which makes literally 0 sense because my Cobra appraised and I've been insured for like 30, I think it's 30,000 or it might be a little bit more. Whereas my 4.0 that has been in like 2 accidents cost me more. I mean, I don't understand. And I don't have like a mileage limit on the Cobra. Not too sure, but holy cow, guys, we are getting towards the 40-minute mark and your boy is parched. I need some water, so we're going to actually be wrapping this up here soon. So anyone that has any final questions, comments, whatever it is, yo, drop them in the chat. We're going to be wrapping this up. And give me some video ideas too, man. I'd love to. I read every single comment. So anyone that leaves a comment, your boy's gonna read it, and I always try to respond to every comment because it means a lot that you guys are taking time out of your day. I mean, some people have been in this chat now for almost 40 minutes. That is super cool to me. That's another reason, guys, why with my content recently I haven't been posting, because I haven't really been in a creative mood, and I don't want to feed you guys like really bad content. I always want it to be quality content, and I milked a lot of videos a lot, and so now it's only fair I owe it to you guys to keep the standard as big as my forehead, which is very, very big, by the way. Yo, shout out to the wifey on the haircut, though. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna give you 20 seconds, so if anyone has anything else to say, jump in here. Otherwise, we are gonna wrap it up and go get under some blankets because it is freezing right now. The floor is like icicles. But that is it, guys. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for all that were in here, tuned in, for all those watching the replays. If you enjoyed the video, hit a like. It helps your boy out a ton. Where are you from? Oh, hang on. All right, we're gonna keep going. Alexis, I am from the suburbs, like northwest Chicago. So a lot of people, if you've ever heard of Elgin, I'm not from Elgin, but that's kind of like a somewhat bigger city, but like 45 minutes northwest of Chicago. But yeah, guys, so there we go. Peace out. Love y'all. Again, smash that like button. I'll catch y'all in the next